recording. Oh, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ecstatic Podcast. Today, I am joined with my friend Ian Smet. Or, what do you want me to call you? Just Ian? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the very first podcast of the Ecstatic Podcast. Very first episode of the Ecstatic Podcast. I sound really dumb right now. But today, we will be discussing the effects of COVID-19 with your faith life. You and me are both really, well, I'm not really religious. You are pretty religious. So what are we supposed to do now that we can't go to Mass?
Well, there's always an option of going to virtual Mass. Like, I know a couple parishes that do online Mass. Those are just a way to connect.
Yesterday was Easter, and it was just really weird to see how, everything was, not going to church, and, my family didn't really do anything. I don't know about yours, but we didn't really do anything besides hang out, stay home, quarantine. What about you guys?
We did a virtual Mass, and then we did a drive-through blessing for our
pets
that our church did.
Oh.
And then we just hung out, didn't really do much the rest of the day.
That's awesome. So what are you supposed to do for confession? Because now you can't, actually go into a church anymore. So this is all over.
Yeah, well, I've heard of some churches that do confession, just kind of like a drive-up confession, but that may not be around here. But one thing, daily you can ask God for forgiveness, and then you can pray the act of contrition.
Does that forgive your sins, or is that just like, hey, God, I can't go to confession, but when I go to confession, you can forgive my sins? Is that kind of what it's like?
Well, it's asking God to forgive your sins, but then after that, you really should go to a priest.
Always go as soon as you can, right?
Yeah.
But seriously, this quarantine has been really tough on a lot of people. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm not going crazy too much.
I almost did the other day. It's just...
Really?
I had to get a completely new router and a new laptop, which you're seeing me on right now. My Wi-Fi at my mom's was just terrible. It would not work. That's why my Zoom call would always cut out. So it took half the day. I got new Wi-Fi, new internet. And then I got my iPad back because it was broken, right? Locked out because I don't know my password. And I've been trying to email the computer lady, because I'm not going to mention our school because I don't want to get, sued or whatever. Computer lady, and she hasn't still not responded. It's been 12 days. So I've been stuck.
Oh, yikes.
So I'm probably going to email another teacher to help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, besides, is there anything extra that we should be doing as, Catholics right now in this time of need? Because I was watching this video, a channel called Ascension Presents. I'll put it down in the description. They're just a Catholic YouTube channel, and they tell stories. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was something like you should be trying to, if you need help, ask your neighbor. Neighbor needs help, help them. And it was, should we be trying to do that more or no? Because right now, everybody is, stockpiling.
Well, yeah. Do help them when you can.
I'm not trying to sound like an a-hole when I was saying that. I'm just saying, they're saying this one thing, and everybody's all freaked out. They don't want to talk to other people. So, if my neighbors ever need help, I know I'm going to probably, try to give them stuff. I know you will, too, probably, because I know you're a good person. Me, not so much, but... Right now, I'm at home, and another thing that's been tough is that, it's just, I've been reading that domestic abuse has been up now, which, that's not good. It's just been up because everybody's trapped at home. But just say a prayer for anyone who's in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything that you want to talk about on this podcast?
Well, evangelism. So that's like getting out, sharing the good news of our faith.
Yeah.
But the only problem is that we can't get out.
Yes, what are we supposed to do then if we cannot evangelize?
Who said we can't evangelize?
Well, we can't. That's not what I meant, but...
Like, yeah, I know what you mean. But some ways you can evangelize without leaving your house is call people, you know.
Tell me say a prayer.
Say a prayer. You can always pray. Call them. Just say, "Oh, how are you doing? I heard this thing, wherever, and I think it would be great if you listen to it." Just subtle little ways, and you could also do a Zoom call like we're doing and talk to them.
Another thing that, has been, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. The coronavirus. I went to the doctor's today for an appointment, right? Only I went in because I have a 2-year-old brother with me today and my mom. So I go in. After I'm all done, my mom's like, "This lady just drove him and got tested. You sanitize?" I'm like, "Yeah, I sanitize. I've been sanitizing my hands a lot now." And it's just, that's crazy how, not even 3 months ago, we were, still able to go outside and do stuff. And now it's just this drastic change. And I don't think, none of us are ready for it. Everybody in the world is in the same boat. Oh, speaking of, so, do you know who Gal Gadot is? You know who Gal Gadot is? Wonder Woman actress?
No.
Okay, so this actress, she sang the Imagine song by the Beatles with a bunch of other actors and actresses, or famous people, just so be positive and, it's like a good message. We're all in this together sort of thing. And I remember seeing a lot of hate on it. Like, "Oh, they're celebrities, they're not in the same boat as we are." I'm like, yeah, so what? They have a little nicer things than all of us, but they're still in the same boat. I mean, I don't get why they're taking a crap on something nice they're trying to do. Like, that kind of, really made me angry.
Yeah.
I actually might send you the thing, but... And so, evangelism, right? You said you're going to be starting a podcast here soon? Yourself?
Most likely, yes.
It's going to be about Catholicism and, what else?
Catholicism, evangelism, kind of all of, like Catholic teachings, evangelism,
so all of my
anything.
So all my Catholic viewers out there, once it is up and running, I'm going to link your podcast, and I'm going to give you a shout-out so they can all come to it.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe even I could do an episode with you. You really did help me come back to my faith. This past year has been really dark. I kind of cut out God because I was blaming him for some bad things in my life, but that was all partially me. It was actually mostly me and bad attitude, but now I'm overcoming it as we speak. And, I want to get a confession in and be good.
Yeah.
Did you see what's the thing that was on? Jesus Christ Superstar Live. Did you see that last night or no? So John Legend, Chris, you know who John Legend is, right? He sings the All of Me song. He did a Jesus Christ Superstar live show a few years ago, and they played it last night.
Awesome. So, another thing I recommend to get connected with your faith. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no.
And anyone out there, is there's something called Project YM Live. Every Sunday at 8, they do an episode where they have some speakers, music, and play a couple games. And it's kind of a fun time, too.
Yeah.
Just there's thousands of people in one place.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Worshipping together.
It's kind of like Steubenville. If anybody of my listeners know what that is.
Yep.
Yeah. Me and him have both been in Steubenville, but we were at 2 different Steubenvilles. I had a really crazy experience because me and my friends did not sleep the first night as soon as we went to the Denver one. So I slept for like probably 4 hours tops. My friend got no sleep. So by the end of the first night, he's almost like drunk. Like he's like not drunk, if you know what I'm saying. He's just like that tired, where he's like drunk. And it was so funny to watch. It was funny to watch.
For those of you out there who are thinking, oh, why should I go to Steubenville? It just sounds like some Catholic.
It's a great experience. I recommend it.
Camp.
100%.
Yeah, I recommend it too. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just, boring, pray.
No, it's not.
Pray a lot.
It's a lot of interactive stuff. There's a lot of speakers and bands. That's how mine was, at least. I don't know about yours.
We had an awesome speaker from a guy named Brian Greenfield.
Heard him. Wait a minute.
I absolutely love that guy. One of my favorite Catholic speakers. And he is going to be on Project YM Live next week.
So where is this Project YM Live at? Like, is it just like the website?
If you go into Safari, or Chrome, whatever, your web browser, just type in Project YM Live, and then the first result
is that, and you go on there and
it'll take you to their homepage, and then there's a link up at the top, and you click on that.
So
then it'll take you to their broadcast.
Is it like an online Steubenville then? Or no? Or am I just interpreting it wrong?
It's more like your church's youth ministry.
Okay, that's cool. So one thing I want to ask you, when I get more, people on here, I'm going to ask the same question. Have you had any ghost encounters in your life?
Ghost encounters?
Yeah, like, has there been like a ghost in your life? Or have you ever seen something that was a ghost?
Nope.
I personally have never seen a ghost, but my dad claims he has. So, backtrack. When I was 5, my dad and my stepmom, well, they weren't married yet, but, I think they were, like, getting married. They lived in Iowa in this house. And, like, a 12-year-old boy died there of, like, pneumonia or something. Or he was younger than that. He had to be, like, 8. Yeah, he'd be, like, 8. And my dad claims that he was a friendly ghost, and he'd slam cupboards, pushing chairs, open doors, and he'd, like, seen him in my room and stuff. I have no recollection of this. But if that is true, I mean, at least it's a friendly ghost.
Yeah.
And another story about that house is I remember I had this tent that I'd always sleep in for some reason. I was a weird little kid, don't ask. And I remember waking up to sirens in front of the house. There was, like, a house right in front of us on a hill. I remember asking my dad, and, like, whatever happened, he's like, apparently this guy, like, stabbed his girlfriend or something. And I'm just thinking about that, right? That's just creepy. It was either he stabbed his girlfriend or, like, murder escaped and stabbed someone. I don't remember what the exact story was, but it was along those lines. It's just, crazy. You good? Yeah, it's just crazy, you know what I mean? That I was, like, I know nothing happened to me, but I could have, that happened, like, right there. I was that close to a murder, probably.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking about something the other day. So, you know how Jesus chose all of his disciples and apostles? Mm-hmm. So, why would he choose Judas if Judas would end up betraying him and, lead him to his death?
Well, I'm no Catholic scholar, but what I think, personally, is that the prophets prophesied that he would die.
Yeah.
And since Jesus was fully God and fully human at the exact same time, that he would know that Judas betrayed him.
He did or didn't?
So he most likely would have known that Judas would have betrayed him.
But why would he choose him then if he knew he was gonna? Or did Judas need to betray him? Yeah, Judas needed to betray him, right?
Yeah, because when all the chief priests and high priests were scheming against Jesus to crucify him, they were looking for somebody to turn Jesus in.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is that since Jesus was fully God, he would have known that Judas was going to turn him in. So he probably chose him for that all to lay out so that he would betray him and then he would
that makes a lot of sense.
Go into his passion.
So you think
for the salvation of us.
In a way, without Judas, Jesus wouldn't have died, and there'd probably be no Catholicism, or there probably would. Well, it wouldn't be that strong.
Actually, there would be Catholicism and Christianity and other religions, but there would be where we wouldn't go to heaven, because when Jesus died and then rose,
okay, I see.
Again, he pretty much opened the gates to heaven up to us, so that when we died, we have the chance for eternal life. But if Jesus didn't do that, we would go into hell. But it's not eternal punishment, because before Jesus died and rose, everybody would just go there, and it would be kind of like the underworld in Greek mythology.
Oh, I got you. So it'd be like not hell, but kind of hell?
Well, it's called hell, but there's like different levels of hell.
Okay, so it'd be like in a...
Like the hell that we know is eternal punishment. But back then, when somebody said hell, that would be just where all the people who died go to stay.
That's weird. That's cool. That's not cool. I'm kind of spacing out. But yeah, that's interesting to think about, to say the least,
Mm-hmm.
So, this is going to be a really stupid question, but I got, younger brothers, and I have a dog that's turning 13, and I just want to know, what happens to our pets when, they die? Do they go to heaven, or are they just nothing?
That is a really difficult question.
Do you know the answer, or should I not ask?
I personally don't know the answer, but, what I'm thinking is that, we believe that we have a soul.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us different from all the animals.
Yeah,
okay. So when we die, our souls go to heaven. But where it gets difficult is, do animals, go to heaven, but, have
a soul?
Like a different
heaven?
Kind of.
Like a dog heaven?
Yeah, like a different heaven, yeah.
So that's... my thinking is, I don't know if animals have souls, but they do have emotions, because I can tell when my dog's sad, hungry, upset, angry, stuff like that. And yeah, I can tell my dog genuinely cares about the family. So my thinking is, I think they do have some kind of a soul, and if that is true, and since they don't have a right and wrong choice, it's just their instinct, that either, there is a heaven, they go with us, or there isn't, there's nothing. Regardless, I mean, if there is no heaven, I'm personally, I'm not, I don't want to say I'm okay with it, but it makes sense. But, I mean, if they do go to heaven, great, I get to see them when I die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we don't really know until we get there ourselves.
I'm pretty sure I heard the Pope say, yeah, dogs go to heaven or something, right? Or Pope Francis, yeah.
Yeah, I personally have never heard that, but I that doesn't mean he didn't say that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard it, but I'll look it up. But yeah. So, how are you doing with the online school situation? Because we're both going to the same school, but I cannot mention the school name. So is it easier for you, or is it harder?
It's harder because, like, I'm personally an extroverted person, so...
Yeah.
I like to talk a lot, as you can probably guess.
Oh, no, it's good. You're not annoying or anything.
So it's harder because I can't talk to my friends as much. And, like, since we don't have study hall, some of my friends I don't even see, even online.
Like, that's the tough thing about it. Like, it's, like, it's hard for me for, like, 2 reasons. Remember, iPad's still basically nothing, and I'm still trying to, and it's hard with this laptop, because you have to, like, it's the same apps, but they run different, if that makes sense. Gotta get used to things.
Yeah,
but otherwise...
For your laptop, use a Canvas website.
Yeah, that's what I use. I have everything already downloaded.
Yeah.
I got a dumb question about Minecraft. Do you play Minecraft?
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been researching, and I'm deciding, should I get Minecraft Java for this laptop, or Minecraft Windows 10? Because Windows 10 I can cross-play with any device, but it's just not as good as Java, and Java's, has better mechanics and everything.
Well, what I would recommend is personally, I only had Bedrock Edition, which...
Yeah, Windows 10 is Bedrock.
Yeah.
So get Bedrock?
Yeah, because I'm on Xbox, and if you got the Windows 10, and you could play with me and some of my friends who are also on Xbox.
No, it's just like I was researching it, and Java just looks 10 times better, and it's better for hackers or whatever. So I think I'm just going to stick with the Windows 10. If I don't like it, I'll refund and I'll get Java. So it's kind of a testing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a dumb question, but I need that answer.
Yeah, you're good.
So you have a club at school that you run. So are you sad that you can't run it anymore, or no?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of sad because...
I didn't even really get to start. It's just this coronavirus wave hit, and right as you were going to start it up.
Like, we had one meeting, and...
Was I there? I think I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was like, I had to get help or something that day.
Yeah. But next year, we're going to continue.
Hopefully, if we're even in school, because they're saying this thing's going to get over in a year. Or by fall, I hope.
Yeah. Well, whenever we get back to school, I'm going to continue.
You should... Yeah, I think I might help you advertise it more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, that's... This whole coronavirus thing sucks. It sucks. It does. I hate it. Because I have little brothers, and literally I got woken up today because yesterday I hid eggs for my little brothers because we couldn't go outside or anything. It was...
Oh, yeah.
So I helped my cousin. We don't have a lot of eggs, but I hide them, and I, put them in creative places downstairs. They were so happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
2-year-old is chucking the eggs down the stairs. I'm in the basement right now. And I wake up to it, and I hear him coming. I hear him coming down, right? And I go, ah! And he starts throwing a fit. I'm like, come on, dude. You've never been... I don't know. He has, like, really bad anger problems. Like, he bit my mom's butt the other day because she wasn't holding him.
Yeah, I have a 5-year-old, so I know it.
I got a 5-year-old,
like...
I got a 2-year-old, I got a 4-year-old, and I got a 1-year-old.
Oh, yikes.
They're not the same house. Different households, divorced parents.
Oh, okay.
So 2 at each. But yeah, they're all boys, so I don't have a sister or anything.
Yeah, I have 2 brothers, so...
Wait, do you have an older brother?
2 younger, yep.
Nice. Alright. I think I'm gonna end the podcast here. Is there anything else you want to talk about before I end it?
Nope.
All right. Yeah. Then we can talk a little bit after this, just off podcast. That has been the Aesthetic Podcast, and I am host Pat, and this is Ian. Thank you for listening, and have a good week, and stay safe. See you guys.